So here we are underneath the engine. There's the dog nut, pulley wheel there, and the seal that's leaking is there behind that flange. So we've got to take that off, this off, that has to come off, and then the seal is in there just behind it. Oh, there's the first prize. I've got to pull the pulley wheel off with a puller. I think I'll have to put that back in to do that. And also I need to slacken off the alternator, get that belt out of the way. Now this pulley wheel, there's obvious wear in that now. If I put the ruler against it, you can just see the light shining through. And there is the offending article. Well, to everyone who sent in their comments with tips and tricks and suggestions, thank you very much for that. It's been very helpful. As for the pulley wheel with this wear in it, I found a brand new one on eBay for £28. So I'd be mad not to just put a new one on it. My oil seal has just arrived, and so I'm going to deal with that issue of the screw holes. So the first thing I did, I've cleaned up this little mud protector, knocked it flat again, so that's ready to rumble. And next, I wanted to see how much clearance I've got behind those holes. So I got this piece of wire, poked it in the holes, and you can see that that's the maximum there, that's the minimum. And the minimum distance that I'm hitting anything is about 40 mil. So that's okay. So what I'm going to try and do is drill them out and tap them and put engineering screws in. I've given this area a good clean up, and where the self-tapping screws have been forced in here, the edges were raised up on these holes, so I've just taken them off back flat again with the Dremel. And as you can see, I've actually got one screw in there. So let's have a look how I did that. First thing I did is figure out how big these holes were just by getting various drills in various different sizes, putting them in the hole and finding out which one fits. This turned out to be a 4mm drill. And now I just wanted to run a drill through to just check that those holes were all clear and safe, but obviously I'm a bit worried about any swarf dropping down into the back of that timing case cover. Although it is at the bottom of the engine, so in theory, if anything does drop down into their little bits, they should go down into the sump and then they'll be filtered as they come back through. But I'm going to change this oil again soon anyway, and I think the sump pan is leaking, so I'm probably going to take that off and put a new gasket on it. But still, what I've done, I've got a little pot of grease like that, and I've run the drill through it on each one, so that I've really got that drill bit now is packed with grease, so that hopefully all the bits will get stuck to this, come out with it. I'll clean this off and then do the same thing, move on to the next hole. Right, so everything's going really well. I've got my M4 drill bit, and then I've got my 3 taps, which are M4, and I've done a little test on this piece of mild steel, and I found these little screws that fit. So those are M4 screws, and they are about 12mm long. So they should work nicely. And while we're here, I'll just give you, for those of you who are not familiar with doing tapping and dyeing, these are great big ones so you can see what's happening. If you look at the ends of them, this one here is quite smooth at the end. And then if you look at this one, those thread cutting parts are sharp, and the one that's in the middle is kind of in between the two. So what you do is you start off with this one, to get your hole started, then you run this one through, and then finally you run through this one with the cutting teeth all the way up. Now, if you're on a piece of mild steel like this, you can usually just use the second one and the third one dead easy. If you're on something hard like cast iron, which we are here, and it's thick, then you're going to need to use all three, because those are great big ones, but these are very thin, and if you force them, they'll snap and you'll open up a whole world of nightmares. You use a cutting paste on this, and in this instance, because I don't want any swarf going in there, I'll be putting loads on and then cleaning it up each time I've gone through. Oh, and it's all going so well. So all we have to do now is put the tap in there and then turn it inwards. But that's in the way. Back to the drawing board. So here's the issue. With this little bar on, I can't turn that. So I need to get rid of that, and I need something that comes in like that, in that direction. So I've taken this old Phillips screwdriver and I've angle grind a square out of it. So it now looks like that. And this now drops into there, and I can turn it. It's got a bit of wiggle on it as well, which is actually quite good, because as you know, when I've got my hand through that hole in the front of the chassis, I'm not getting a really good straight angle onto things. So let's have a go at that. So here we go. Loads of cutting paste on there. And then find the hole, put my arm through this hole. I spent so much time with my hand down this hole, I'm wondering if I qualify as a Land Rover gynecologist. That's working, going in. So there you are, you get the idea? Done. Don't underestimate the magnitude of that task. They've taken about 10 minutes each to do. 8 of them. Right, that's that. Time for the oil seal. Apparently the way to get these out is to screw some self-tappers straight into the front of it and it'll push itself off. Let's have a go with that. Rub my neck. Gotcha. It's pretty hard to film this. You can see there's the bottom of the timing chain, and it is pretty thick metal that we've tapped into. I've managed to get my finger in there and have a bit of a clean out with some kitchen roll. So let's try and get the new seal in now. And so there it is, all back in. Oh, getting that gasket sealer onto those tiny little screws, that was tricky, but they are. Hopefully some of it's gone down the threads and sealed that. I struggled a bit to get the oil seal in, but it was better. I just used, because I've got those nicely engineered screws there, I could just put the plate on and pulled it in by screwing the screws in. So that's nice. And then I'd gone in for a cup of tea and sat on the doorstep is my new pulley wheel. Timing marks on there, nicely greased up. Very quick delivery, I wasn't expecting that till tomorrow. So let's put it on, see if it fits. So there we are, all back on. All I've got to do now, drop it down onto its wheels, put it in gear and tighten that nut up. So there you are, that's another job ticked off the list from the project that keeps on giving. Been a long one. I reckon 12 to 14 hours I've spent doing this, but obviously it's the first time I've done it. I'll be quicker next time, I hope. I'm not going to test it now. I want that RTV, gasket sealer stuff, whatever you call it, to go off overnight before I start the engine. But when I bought that oil seal, I also bought 2 diff pinion oil seals. I'm going to be attacking that job next, and that's when you'll find out whether this has worked or not. I hope the suspense isn't too much for you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.